This is why time in the chair is so important, because we don't go to time in the chair to hear what we think we're going to hear. We go to time in the chair when we give God our devotion, we give him our attention to hear what he wants to say, whether I think I'm going to hear that or I don't. You know what I mean? You ever go to the chair time and you're like, wow, I didn't think I was going to hear that today. So I had one of those moments. I'm sitting in the chair. I'm like, I think I know what I'm going to hear God say. Yeah, man, it is. Wow, poor you. That's what I thought I was going to hear him say, but he didn't say that. He whispered into my heart and he says, hey, Craig, I made you stronger than this. What? I made you stronger than this. And I instantly thought about a talk that I'd heard of an engineer as he talked about how airplanes are engineered, and he talked about the wingspan on an airplane. And he said, what you guys don't know is that the wings of an airplane are built, engineered to withstand turbulence beyond anything that really that you're gonna experience in the air. And those wings are not gonna come off that airplane. They're gonna bend really high and they're gonna bend really low, but they're not gonna break. That's how they're engineered. They are engineered to withstand incredible turbulence. Now, that doesn't mean those who are on the plane want to go through that turbulence. This is why they cancel flights. But I instantly knew exactly what God was saying. Craig, I designed you to be stronger than this. It's time to send everybody home. The pity party is over. And it's time to lean in because you and I together can do this. Now, if you're gonna stay on your own in this and just throw your pity party without me there present, then okay, you go do that. But if you're gonna walk with me, I designed you to be stronger than this. Is this making sense? That's exactly what Psalm 23 is. It was permission to get to the next level and stop hanging around at level 1 where everybody can go, oh yeah, I understand, you get a pass. It's that next level where people say, wow, how did you do that? That's what Psalm 23 is. And the answer is, I didn't, Jesus did. So anything that people look at your life and they say, oh, I admire that. What they need to know is that that's actually something God did in your life. And that you would be able to point to that and to say, oh yeah, that was a God thing, because if it was left to me, that's not what would be true of me. Psalm 23 is permission to level up. Here's what it says. The Lord is my shepherd and I lack nothing. The reason he's my shepherd is because I can't shepherd myself, even though I think I can. I need a shepherd. I lack nothing because he's my shepherd. He makes sure of it. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Notice, I'm not leading myself to any of these things. This is what God does. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, that's not like sort of dark, dusky. It says darkest. I will fear no evil, for you are with me. I don't have to worry about it because I know who I'm with. And if I'm with the right person, I don't have to fear going into that dark valley, because I know that whatever is in that dark valley, he can handle it. And I'm just gonna hang out over by his really, really big foot. I might hide behind it. I picture God as like, when I'm walking through the valley, like this big, massive giant. I'm just this little teeny thing hanging out behind his heel. I will fear no, you're like, I didn't need to know that, Craig. I will fear no evil, for you're with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Now, many of us, we read these words and we think, that's so nice. No, it's not nice. That is a truth to be challenged with and to live into or to set aside. This isn't nice poetry to say, oh, it's so comforting. No, it's not. The only reason this is comforting is if it's true. Yeah? Otherwise, this is a false hope. Do you think God is in the business of offering up false hope? No. So what is he doing? This is an invitation. This is permission to be led to these green pastures, to be led to quiet waters, away from the turbulent waters, away from the parched pastures, to have my soul refreshed instead of living in turmoil. He is there guiding me around the right paths for his name's sake, if I will feel permission to go down those paths, and even permission to walk through a dark valley with him. and not freak out. That would be the Craig version. He says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head, my cup overflows. In other words, yes, it says exactly what it says. In the midst of your enemies that are not taken care of yet, he prepares a table in front of you to refresh you, to make sure that you have everything you need to continue on the journey. That's what that means. You say, well, that's so nice. No, it's not nice. It's a faith walk. It is a permission to enjoy the struggles, the troubles. The enemy still surrounds, and yet I'm enjoying a really nice meal because I know who sits at my table, who made the table happen, who prepared it, and who has authority over those enemies that want to take me out. Is this making sense? It's not poetry. It's faith. It's permission to take the invitation. Surely your goodness and your love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I'm gonna find goodness. I'm gonna find this beautiful goodness and love that's gonna bump into me. It's gonna just show up in unexpected places as I'm along the journey. That's what this is. This is an amazing Psalm 23, and it's written by a man who understands it because this is what he has lived, and he's speaking back to people to say, this is what I experienced. As I look back in my life, this is what I experienced. So now as you pick this up, this is what you can expect. This is the life I have lived, David. This is what you can expect as well, because my life's no different than yours. I just leaned into the heart of God, and this is what I found. This is what I found as I leaned into God. As you lean into God, guess what you can find? These same things.